What's up, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, man. And I was sitting here thinking about all the relationships that I've maintained throughout my 27 years of living, right? All the friendships I had, all the romantic relationships that I've had, not all, but a couple of them. I haven't had a whole bunch of romantic relationships. But I've thought about all the relationships I've maintained with family, so on and so forth. And I'm thinking, there is a difference between maintaining relationships with people who are raised off of love and maintaining relationships with people who are raised off of survival. And you have to understand the difference between the two. You have a lot of people who are raised off of survival only, strictly survival. That was the core principle of their rearing. That's what they were reared off of, survival only, right? And you got to be careful with people like that. A lot of people who are raised off of survival only were raised under dire conditions and huge amounts of duress and stress and so on and so forth, right? And their parents or their guardians, whoever raised them, didn't know how to deal with the duress or the huge amounts of stress. So they resorted to whatever tactics possible, whatever tactics to alleviate that load. They wanted to alleviate the load of stress that was on them. They resorted to whatever tactics possible to do that. No matter how trifling it was, they resorted to those tactics because that's how they made it through, right? And a lot of people who were raised off of survival or survival only, I'm going to say that. A lot of people who were raised off of survival only watch their parents or whoever raised them resort to those tactics of survival that were often shisty, manipulative, and foul. But this is how they got by and survived no matter what. So when those individuals who watch their parents commit those acts, when they grow into adulthood, they keep those tactics with them. It stays with them, and they keep it near and dear to them. They think there's nothing wrong with how they living. They think there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, and they have no sympathy for who they're doing it to. No matter how much close of a relationship they got with that person, no matter if the person is their best friend, their mama, their grandmama, their cousin, their neighbor, whoever. They don't care because that's how they guardians were raised or how their parents were raised, right? And we sit and think, why are they like that? Why are they like that? It's because they hold those same shiesty tactics sacred to their heart because that's how mama, that's how they daddy, that's how big mama, that's how auntie, and that's how uncle got by. So that's how they got by any means, right? So they feeling like, okay, that's how they got by. I'm going to get by the same way. By any means, I'm going to get by and I'm going to get mine. No matter if it means stealing from my loved ones. No matter if it means cracking my family members' debit cards. No matter if it means like committing bank fraud against their own family members. No matter if it means manipulating my family into giving me some money by lying to them and telling them all type of false sob stories to get money out of them. No matter if it means scamming anybody who can give me any money. I'm scamming people who really can't afford to give you any money at the time and not giving a damn about what they're going through personally because you were raised off of survival only. So all you thinking about is how you gonna eat and how you gonna get by. Not how that other person who you scamming, how they gonna get by, how they gonna feed their kids. That person not worried about you. They're not worried about that person that they doing in because they were taught to only think about themselves. And that's how they watch their mama, they dad, big mama, them. That's how they watch them get by. So they doing the same thing, right? And it's messed up because personally, like growing up, I've known stories or heard stories of family like zeroing out their own family members' accounts in order for them to be good. And I ain't talking about just to pay no bills, for them to have designer, keep up with the latest trends, committing every shiesty act in the book in order for them to have what they want and not giving a damn about what happened to their people. Not giving a damn if they people be in a messed up situation, if they people can't afford to pay rent, if they can afford to feed their kids or their family. They don't care. I've heard stories about people stealing from their own grandmama. Grandmamas that raised them and loved them with all their heart, stealing from them, stealing from their mamas, stealing from their best friends and helping their best friends look for the money that they stole. I didn't see these instances. And that's why you have to be careful and vet individuals when you meet them to understand how they were reared and what principles were they brought up on. Again, if a person was raised off of survival only survival, they will do anything to get by. They will do anybody in to get by. They are doing, I promise y'all, they will do in the most holiest person in the world, the most pure, innocent person in the world. They will do them in if they feel like they got an advantage and they can take advantage of you. That's how a lot of them operate, right? So see me, I was raised off of love. Yes, my parents taught me how to survive too. They taught me how to when your heat get cut off, how to get the electric heater to keep your house warm, to keep your rooms warm, to keep your kids and you and your family nice and warm when you can't afford to pay this big heat bill, right? They taught me how when the gas is cut off, the cooking gas, to get that hot plate and cook you up a meal. Taught me how to put your water on a hot plate and boil your water on a hot plate for you to wash up, or put it in the microwave for you to wash up when you ain't got no hot water in the house. They taught me how to survive off of those things, right? But they didn't tell me how to get over on people, take advantage of people. They didn't teach me how to do those things, because I was raised off of love. My parents taught me how to survive, but at the core, love was the key principle. Love was a part of my everyday life, right? I don't know how to get over on people. I don't know how to backdoor people for my own personal gain. I just wasn't brought up that way. My parents didn't teach me that. But then you got other people who were raised off of survival only. Oh man, they will do anything in their book. They don't give a damn. There's people that will steal from their own kids just to get what they want. You know what I mean? And that's they mindset is, hey, this how you gotta get it how you live. Get it how you live. So you gotta, I'm not saying everybody that was raised off of survival only is like this, but a lot of people are. They raised off of survival. They will lie to you and tell you all type of sob stories for you to get them money, never repay you, never pay it back. I mean, they will try to figure out ways to scam you for whatever they want. Whatever they want. You know what I mean? And then they don't think there's nothing wrong with it, because they saw they people do this all the time. They think like, shit, this is what everybody do. But hell no, everybody don't live like that. That's why I always said I can't hang around people that's into finessing other people. I don't give a damn how cool of a person I think you are. You could have never did it to me. But in my back of my mind, I'm thinking, what? What's going to stop you from doing it to me? You did it to your own mama, your own cousins. You did it to your own, your other homeboy. You did it to, your brother or whatever. You going to do it to me the same way. So why would I seek out your friendship? And I observe people before I meet them, because I want to know. I just kind of want to see what principles you abide by. How were you raised? How your parents are? How are your parents? What type of lifestyles did they live? Because sometimes those things are indicators of how your personality is, or how you could possibly be. Not every instance. I know that. I know we got instances where people were raised by some very manipulative and shiesty and shameful people. But they didn't turn out like that. They knew better. They thought for themselves, and they had better ethics than they people. But it's sometimes when it's not like that. It's not like that. And the people it's shiesty, and they take up the same traits as they shiesty parents or they shiesty guardians. And it happens so much. It happens a whole lot. I know y'all hear the smoke detector, smoke alarm going off. That's not even in my apartment. That's in the hallway, and the landlord got to change that joint, because it's like I got so used to it I don't even hear it. But I heard people say they hear it during my videos. I'm gonna have to change the battery out there. But nonetheless, man, yeah, man, it's like it's a difference between really maintaining relationships with people who are raised off of love and off of survival. I've not had friendships, but I've been associates with people who are raised off of survival, and I don't trust them. Survival only, and I don't trust them as far as I can throw, for real. And I ain't got the biggest arm in the world. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about throwing. So it's like, bro, my trust with you is very, very limited. Like, I know people, a lot of the people who are raised off of survival only, they always thinking of these scams and schemes to get over, to possibly get some bread. And I'm thinking like, damn, if you that shiesty and you put together this whole scheme in your head, you can put your efforts or whatever those plans you made, put that towards something legitimate. Put that towards something that's legal for you to get some legal money, so you won't have to worry about Or you don't have to worry about going to jail for some stuff that you're doing. You don't have to worry about plotting on your own people. Folks out here really zeroing out their own people's bank accounts in order for them to get some design or get some, like, it's like, man, it's just super foul, man. It's a foul game. And that's why it's a difference, y'all. Love and survival. Like, I was raised off of love at the end of the day. I was taught how to survive, but the core principle was love. Yes, me and my family had times where we didn't. I remember one time I told this on my channel before. We didn't have no heat in the crib. And it was in a winter, a Chicago winter. You could see your breath in our house, right? But in our rooms, we had these electric heaters that was keeping me and my sisters and my mama warm. You know what I mean? Like, my mama, we had a hot plate, we was boiling up our water, we washing up, I'm scrubbing, like I'm in the shower, scrubbing good, getting clean. So I know how to survive off of those tactics. But at the end of the day, when we was in that house, we loved each other. We wasn't trying to scheme and scam on other people, figure out ways to scam our own folks and all that type of stuff. Like, we wasn't doing nothing like that. We wasn't even thinking like that. You know what I mean? But you got other people who, when they get in dire situations, they mamas and them put them up to scheming on Big Mama, scheming on your grandmama, scheming on your uncles, scheming on your cousins, your aunties, and it's just super foul, man. Like, I've seen people. You got not just the mamas. You got daddies that do it too, teaching their sons how to be like scamming people and cracking their own folks' cards and all type of putting folks in bad situations and horrible, and they don't give a fuck about what happened to their people at all because they looking like, I'm worried about getting mine. That's how I'm gonna get it. My daddy got it like this. I'm getting it like this too, and I don't give a damn who get done wrong in the process. I don't give a damn who get violated in the process. And that's a bad look. But it happens so much and so often. And it's like, damn, like, and that's for me, I like, for real. When I hear how people grow up, I am really, really, and sometimes it ain't always people who grew up like this. It's people that was raised off love that become horrible and scamming and manipulative and shiesty people. It's people that grew up with love that be like that too. But a lot of times the people that grew up off survival only, they like, listen, they got a different mindset. Their mindset is they own self-preservation over anything. They don't care who they doing bogus in the process. Self-preservation is human nature, but it's the fact that you don't care. You will violate other people, violate other men, like throw them under the bus and throw them in the water without no life jacket in order for you to get what you want. That's a shiesty person. That's a shiesty individual. For real, for real. And they abiding by shiesty principles throughout their whole life. Which is like, it's foul, you know, but you gotta differentiate the two. Right? Person raised off love, they family, they don't got a history of everybody in the family stealing from each other. Little kid, like I know families where little kids, like a little kid will, let's just say, some parents get a kid some money, and the kid goes to a family member's house. The family member stealing the kid's money, going in the kid's pocket, stealing their money, acting like they don't know what happened to it, act like it just came like the kid just lost the money. Like, fam, that money didn't walk out that kid's pocket. You took it. You took that bread. I've heard instances of these things happen and seen it in my own personal time. Not like in my family, but I've seen it happen to people who are close to me, friends, you know what I mean, and cousins and so on and so forth. Like, happen to people on the other side of their families and all type of stuff. It's like, damn, like, that's really how people gonna do the people that they say they love? Like, you gonna be like, this your people, you know, but you trying to do them in dirty. And then smile in their face at every event and every family function and trying to act like it's all good. Like, nah, bro, you know, you out here, you really tried to put me in a terrible situation in order for your advancement. And that I can never, ever look at somebody like that as honorable. Like, damn, Joe, like, you really out here stealing from your grandmama, zeroing out your people accounts. Like, I'm talking about, like, putting your people into some horrible binds. And I mean, letting them just worry about, okay, whatever they did, they dealing with that. That ain't my problem, shit. That ain't my problem. I got this bread. I got this money. I'm finna hit the Louis store, the Gucci store. Like, it's dudes in Chicago really living foul like that, and they think that's cool. Like, there's dudes out here really doing that on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Doing that to they best friends, they cousins, or they best friends, little sisters and little brothers. I don't give a damn if you ain't got a relationship with your best friends, little sisters, or your best friends, little brothers, or your best friends' cousins. That's your best friend's people. Why the hell would you do that? And anyway, why would you do that in people in general? Why you out here scamming people and putting them in bad situations? That's bogus to me. That's horrible. But then to think that, oh, it ain't my best friend. Like, fam, that's the people that's directly connected to them. So you are scamming your best friend in the same instance. But you got people who living like that and thinking it's all right because they were raised off of survival only. I'm not going to just say raised to survive. I was raised to survive, but I was raised to love. I was raised off of love. The core principle in my household was love. The core principle in my father's household was love. Love for your family. Love for your people. Love for your friends. Love for the people who look out for you. Love for you got a good person and you're a good neighbor that's a really good person. Like love for that person. Like not like trying to figure out ways to rip them off. Like, man, I wasn't raised and taught how to rip folks' pockets off. But you got folks that's shiesty. That's all they know. And so they were taught that. They pass it on to their kids, so on and so forth. That's why they pass that stuff on to their kids, and their kids being shiesty at young ages. I mean, going in folks' purses, stealing money out folks' purses and all that. Can't even put the purse down. The little kid and stole all the money out your purse, stole all type of stuff. Because they're being taught that by their parents who were taught that by their parents. It's a whole cycle. You know what I mean? So, yes, you're supposed to teach your kids how to survive, but not surviving ripping off other people and scamming folks. Surviving like if some utilities go off in your house today, you won't never think about thinking that your life is about to end and the world is about to end and your whole world is over with because you don't have no heat in the house. You understand that there are ways to make it through this. There are ways for you to be okay. There are ways for you to still get everything done that you need to get done and still be okay until you're able to pay that bill. You know what I mean? Those are survival tactics that I was raised off of. To know, like, look, it's not the end of the world. We're going to be all right. We got to do this for this time period. We got to do this for this short time period. But we're going to be all right. We got to do what we got to do for now, and everything going to be okay. This is what it is. We're going to be all right, though. We're going to still be going to school looking good, smelling clean, smelling fresh. We're going to still be coming in here and really be clean and fresh like we supposed to be. And we're going to be all right at the end of the day. But in the midst of learning those survival tactics, love was taught. I was taught to love my siblings, to love my cousins, love my grandma, my granddaddy, love my dad. You know what I'm saying? Love my aunties and uncles and, my friends and all that type of stuff. I wasn't taught to do them in dirty and then be like, to hell with them. Whatever happens, happens. Oh, well. But it's a lot of people who are raised like that. So to me, I believe that you should gravitate more to people who are raised off of love. But if you're going to be friends with somebody that was raised off of survival only, if you're thinking about it, you better observe them for a little bit of time, watch the things that they say, the things that they do, how they treat their family and friends and all that type of stuff, and then decide if you're going to take that leap. That's what I believe. That's my advice when it comes to dealing with people who are raised off of survival only and people who are raised off of love. That's what I think, man. Machiavelli Mills TV. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. Peace.